So that was a great scoreline and a very good performance.
Yeah, I mean, we got here beforehand, and credit the ground staff. Obviously, the water's held off, and we thought at this point this morning that the game might not go ahead, but the water's cleared up, and then we got the game on in difficult circumstances. The pitch from afar looks really good, but when you get on it, there's a real deceiving bounce all over the pitch. So we had to be our best, but also not to change the way we play. And I said that to the lads before we go out: trust each other, trust our movement, trust what works, trust our principles, and we did that. And at times we made mistakes, but that's okay. But we trusted it, and we got ourselves 5 goals.
Yeah, I mean, to talk about our goal, I mean, you mentioned the pitch. Basically, you could see that bounce completely deceived Pat, and basically, it was a gift of a goal. But
it was a wicked bounce, and there's no disrespect to anybody. You're not always at Broadhurst Park, and you might get drawn against Winsford in early stages of the FA Cup. So you might have to come to places like this, and you've got to be able to deal with it. But importantly for me, that we didn't change the way we play. So Winsford, poses us different questions, maybe off the ball. They pose us questions with the surface, but what we didn't change was the answers that we came up with, and the answers were to keep rotating, keep creating overlaps, keep moving the ball in 2 touches, and scoring the goals that we did.
Yeah, and it was interesting to see, to be fair, because you made 5 changes about sort of on the 60-minute mark. And the team just continued to float into it. Basically, there was no. Sometimes when you get these sort of pre-season, a load of subs come on, you can see the game sort of like pauses for 5 minutes while everyone gets used to it. But no, it's straight back at it.
And that was when I got the huddle at the end. That was the most pleasing thing because I just said when we did make the change at 3-1, we didn't change. Okay, it took 2 or 3 minutes for people to find the passing range, and you can see a couple of passes went astray. But once we did, we got into real good key areas and created chances. On another day, another day we could have scored maybe 4, 5, 6 more. But the pleasing thing isn't the result. I've said all along pre-season, this is training exercises. It was building on what we do. It's building our patterns of play. It's building on our set pieces. And all in all, I'm really happy tonight, Tim.
Yeah, and it must be nice to see so many different people scoring as well.
I mean, we've challenged, the likes of Lou Griffiths. Can you go and get more? You saw at the back end of last season, he had goals in his game. You've seen this pre-season. His goal at Clapton, the goal today. A little step over from Jay, and Griff slides it in the bottom corner. Checks delivery for Nick. For Nick on his debut for the club. The 2 goals from Elliot Morris. You can see what he's gonna bring. And then let you into a little secret. I said to Jay before the game, I said, don't be too hard on yourself. Goals will come. Don't try too hard. And when you go cold in the final third, goals will happen. And I think when he hit the post in the first half, I bet he's thinking it's not going to be his day. But he's sensational lob for the last goal, and just chuffed. Goals are coming from everywhere, and like you said, we didn't stop there. If Guy picks out the right pass, if Czech picks out the right pass, Max Kane could have a couple. Dec McLaughlin got a couple of shot strikes at goal. Off Griff did. So it was coming from everywhere today. Nick Ballardo hit the post in the first hour, as did Jay. So we're pleased with how the work's gone today. More importantly, we've come through it unscathed with no injuries. We've been able to rest the likes of Donners and Curtis Jones, and obviously Dante's come back from his injury, and Keane Baru will be back next week. Ethan Vaughan rested. Woollerton's coming back next week. Matty Van White got a rest today. So it's important we can do that, and then keep everyone fresh and get ready for next week's preparation, because we've got 3 games in a few days.
Yeah, I mean, Jay was obviously the FC Radio man of the match. It was a very close thing between himself and Elliot. Obviously, got on the scoreline with 2, and I don't think I quite realised how fast Elliot is. That second goal was just lightning.
So, Tim, if you might have been behind the dugout, and one of the players said that there was occasion on Tuesday night against Warrington where Peter Clark got 10 yards on Elliot, and Elliot just made up the yardage, and someone said, I can't believe how quick he is. But he's not just quick. He's not just quick off the ball. He's quick on the ball as well. And when he breaks down, his recovery runs, how quick he gets into those spaces is electric. But if you look at kind of the DNA, look at the way we're playing at the minute, with the youthfulness that we've got, especially at the top end of the pitch, in 19, 20, or the wide areas 20, 21, 24, 25, they've got that energy, so we can get the high press on. We can release our number 8. Today was Griff or Dec or Donners, and then you can protect it in behind that with Charlie Munro, Charlie Ennis. But then our fullbacks are lightning quick. Whether or not we've said it all season, now all pre-season. Today it was Pav and Lou in the first half of 60 minutes, and it was Guy and Czech, and the deliveries were coming from fullback areas, and they're our way in. So no, really pleased. But the lads are still getting to know each other, still getting to know the way we play. So they're going to make mistakes. Again, we encourage that. But today was just about can we replicate what we've been doing at home and away, and on a tricky surface, and we've done that.
Yeah, you mentioned Czech. I mean, obviously, one of sort of very recent additions to the squad. I mean, that ball he pulled in from the goal line to Nick was that's the crosses you like to see, aren't they?
And that's what Czech brings. At the minute, there's a couple of clubs linked with Czech, and he's been on trial at one last week, and he's waiting to hear. But they're higher up the pyramid than what we are, so we just got to kind of bide our time, and we still want to strengthen that area. I know we've got Ethan, and we've got Woolers, and we've got Pav, but if we can get Czech, I'd be happy. But it's just about being patient. We've got another left-sided centre half coming in on Tuesday, who's going to come in on trial, who again has been on trial at a National League club. So we're going to have a look at him. And then we've had to be really patient at the top end of the pitch because, Maxi and Matt have done really, really well, but they needed more competition. And again, due to the positive relationships we have with football clubs, Stockport have enjoyed the way we've looked after Keane, and they've said, they've said no to a number of National League clubs, National League North clubs, like Nick Ballardo, and they said, we want you to look after him for the next 12 months. And you can see what he brings. He brings a goal today, hits the post, his link-up play is really good. He's a clever footballer, and I think the three of them could scrap it out and learn from each other. It's great with Max and Max; they can play in wide areas as well. So we've been patient, but we're getting there now. The squad is settling down. We've had to say goodbye to a couple of them, yesterday, and I'll probably have to have more difficult conversations in the next 7 to 10 days. But all in all, we're pleased with the way it's going.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that you probably, he's got a bit of a baby face, Nick, but he's a bit of a unit, isn't he?
I mean, I don't know. People may agree, may not agree. He reminds me of a kind of a young Wayne Rooney. He uses his body very well. He's got great movement. He links the play up really well. He's got goals. He gets in key positions. I don't think he'll be faced by any centre half in our league. I think he'll really go toe to toe with him. Like I said, baby face, but behind that is a man. Ready to come out and he's done great. He's done great, and this is the first time he's met us today. He hasn't trained with us. He hasn't met us, so I think he'll only get better. And that's again another thank you to the Football League side to trust me, to trust us to look after their players, and what we'll do is develop them and hopefully get them ready for first team football.
Okay, speaking of first team football, obviously a couple of games this week. We've got Longridge on Tuesday at home at Broadhurst Park. Encourage everyone to get down there. And then we've got becoming our traditional trip to Fulwood Amateurs, a late edition on Friday.
Yeah, I mean, Longridge are coming Tuesday. Obviously, it was part of the Jack Anderton deal, so it'd be good to see Ashley and his team down there. We'll be full strength. We'll hopefully get Donners back and Curtis Jones and maybe Keane. Might Van Wyk, some of the ones I've said. So that'd be good. And then we build on that, and we build the full game as an academy game. But just looking at the minutes now, we really want to get the kind of 16, 20 up to 70, 80 minutes, and I don't want to run out of time because it's great at the minute. But lads are only playing 60, 70 minutes. I think there's only Charlie Oliver who's had 90 minutes, and Jan's had 90 today. But he kind of back-to-back games, so it's important that we build up to 70 or 80 minutes. So it's key for me now over the next week that we get a game on Tuesday night, and lads will get 60-30. We then build it up on Friday, and then we build it up on Nuneaton on the Saturday. So that'll be a tight turnaround, but they can do it. The fit lads, but it's important that we don't stretch them too much. But I've got, like I said, I've got headaches, and I need to see more. So we're going to send a full strength side to Fulwood as well, and then replicate that on the Saturday to Nuneaton.
Okay, fantastic. A lot of football this week then.
Yeah, lots of football. Big thank you to the fans that have travelled again. I know people like ground hopping and stuff, but this is a place I haven't been to today, so it's great to see some Reds here today, and they seem optimistic, and we're optimistic, but we know that we've got a long way to go, and I don't want people to get giddy too quickly. The league that we're going into is an ultra competitive league, and that's no disrespect to any of our opposition we played in pre-season, but at times there will be ups and downs, and we just got to make sure that we believe in our style of play, we believe in our squad, we believe in what we're doing, and I think over the course of the season we'll the positives will hopefully outshine the negatives.
We can only hope so. Thank you very much, Reynolds.
Brilliant. Cheers, Tim.
Thank you. So, Jay, congratulations. You're the FCUM Radio Man of the Match. You enjoyed it out there, I can see.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. I thought the way we played was good. The patterns, we're all getting them now. We're only, 5 games in? But no, I'm really enjoying it. Got a lot of quality players up top as well, so it helps me out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you were playing mainly on the left today. You look like you're really enjoying yourself. Basically, there's a couple of really nice sort of that I think you hit the post after you flicked your hips one way, sent the guy the other way, and then went in. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I finally got my first goal as well. I just got to stay positive and stay patient. It doesn't matter who it's against, whether it's in a final or it's a friendly like this. I'm happy to score for this club. I had a lot of chances against Barrow, against Altrincham. I against Warrington and then finally scored again today. So I'm happy.
Yeah, and probably it was one of the hardest chances of the lot, wasn't it? Because obviously you had to chip the goalkeeper and it just crept under the bar.
Yeah, well, that's what you need as an attacker. If you're not scoring, I know it's only pre-season, but I pride myself on the goals I score and the assists. I'd take a scrappy goal. I just need a goal and then they'll all start coming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously you've been playing with confidence the whole time. It's just basically just taking those chances, as Reynolds says, basically go cold in the last third. Just keep calm and just put it away. But,
yeah, definitely. There's a lot of players that can score though, which is good in the squad. You don't just want one goal scorer. We've got Elliot, got a few players up top. Max, I'm naming them all, but we can all score. We can all chip in for goals. So, it's good.
Yeah, and in terms of obviously you're playing on the left wing mainly. You kind of obviously how difficult it is, obviously, because Reynolds basically been changing the fullbacks pretty much every single game at half time or very close into the second half. So basically, are you getting any sort of relationships going with that?
So I've mainly played left wing this pre-season, but you've got Lewis and Guy who are quality players. Like Reynolds said in the past, they can both start. Doesn't matter who's on. So I'm working well with both of them. I come in, they go outside, and we just got that relationship now, and it's working. Hopefully, get more goals, more assists from them.
Yeah. Just over halfway through pre-season, realistically, we've got about another 4 games. Got obviously Longridge on Tuesday. We've got a surprise trip to Forward on Friday night, and then we've got the Nuneaton game on Saturday. And then, I mean, scarily 3 weeks today, the season starts. I mean, how much are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, definitely. I'm feeling fitter now. I've had 2 90s now. I think I've played one of the most minutes out of them all. So I'm feeling really fit. I just can't wait for the season to start now, especially now that I've got my goal, so I can go into it with confidence now.
Yeah, I mean, the season starts with a bang as well, so we've got 6 games in August alone. Any of those 6 that caught your eye?
We've probably got the hardest but the most exciting start. Got Marine, Macclesfield, Radcliffe, Worksop. They're probably the 4 that I would name, and we want to win them all, really.
Yeah, we've got to play them all at some point. So, August isn't always a worst time to play a good side.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, you've got to play them. I feel like the Macclesfield one, that's probably the biggest with the fan base they've got at our place. I think it'll be a really good day and I'm looking forward to that.
All right, fantastic. Well, speaking of good days, today was another one. 5-1 we won. You contributed and you're the FCUM Radio Man of the Match. Congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers, Tim.